Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am sitting here staring at my screen, typing furiously in the middle of the night because my mind is completely blown by what DiMera has managed to do to himself. And I don't mean his usual corporate scheming or his weird forced Stefano cosplay that he has been doing lately. No, EJ has literally created his own worst nightmare. He has built the ultimate super team designed specifically to take him down, and the man is so blinded by his own massive ego that he doesn't even realize he did it. I am screaming at the television because the sheer arrogance of this man is finally catching up to him in the most spectacular, poetic way possible. Let's talk about this unholy Trinity that has formed Sarah Horton, Brady Black, and Xander Cook. Because honestly, if you had told me 6 months ago that these three would be sitting in a room together, sharing notes, and acting like a synchronized strike force, I would have laughed right in your face. I mean, the romantic and personal baggage alone should make this alliance completely impossible. Sarah is currently with Brady, but we all know she is magnetically, toxically drawn to Xander. And Brady and Xander, they absolutely despise each other. They have spent years trying to destroy each other over Titan, over Sarah, over Victor's approval, over literally breathing the same air in Salem. But now they are working together seamlessly. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up and explain exactly how EJ forced these three to become the Avengers of Salem. It all goes back to that horrific Coriseal disaster. Because EJ couldn't just take the hit for DiMera Pharmaceuticals when things went wrong, could he? No, he had to cover up the fact that a bad batch of drugs was laced with arsenic. Arsenic. He literally had those toxic pills buried near the Horton cabin on Smith Island like some kind of cartoon villain. And because of his massive, reckless cover-up, Sarah's patient, Destiny, and her sister, Clea, ended up dead. Sarah was devastated. She was completely broken by losing her patient, and that grief turned into absolute unadulterated rage. And you do not want to mess with a grieving Sarah Horton. She started digging, and she brought Brady, who is now playing private investigator for Black Patch, into the mix to help her find the truth. But that wasn't enough for EJ. Oh no, EJ had to take it a step further and commit the ultimate unforgivable sin. He framed Holly Jonas. Am I the only one who wanted to throw a heavy brick through the TV screen when EJ planted those pills in Holly's bag? He ruined a teenager's life just to create a smokescreen for his pharmaceutical crimes. Tate found those pills, completely lost his trust in Holly, and dumped her on the spot. Holly is walking around Salem, her reputation in shreds, facing a relentless manslaughter lawsuit from Amy Choi, and EJ is just smirking in his tailored suits, acting like he is the king of the world. And the sickest part of it all, Holly actually defended EJ to Sarah. She thought EJ was the only one who believed in her sobriety. I literally can't deal with how evil and twisted he has become. So, what does Sarah do? She realizes that Brady's by-the-book Black Patch methods aren't going to cut it against a monster like EJ DiMera. She needs someone who fights dirty. She needs someone who doesn't care about the rules or the law. She needs Xander. And this is where the dynamic shifts in a way that is pure soap opera gold. We had that incredible scene where Brady and Sarah are actually sitting there listening to Xander lay out his theory about EJ framing Holly. And Brady, who normally dismisses every single word that comes out of Xander's mouth as pure garbage, actually listens to him. He takes Xander's word as fact. The mutual hatred is completely paused because their shared hatred for EJ is so much stronger. I've been watching this show since 2015, and honestly, this is the best and worst thing they've done with EJ's character in years. On one hand, I love a good villain era. I love when the stakes are high. But on the other hand, EJ's hubris is so out of control that it is actually making him stupid. Remember when they tried this untouchable mastermind storyline with him a few years ago? Yeah, Didn't work then either, because EJ always underestimates the people he considers beneath him. He looks at Xander as a thuggish mercenary, Brady as a recovering addict loser, and Sarah as a bleeding heart doctor. He doesn't see them as a legitimate threat. And that is exactly why they are going to completely destroy his empire. Because EJ is entirely distracted by his own messy family drama and his god complex, he is fighting a war on 50 different fronts right now. He is battling Kristen, who literally tried to have Johnny killed in an apartment fire by weaponizing Sophia. He is dealing with the tragic, horrifying reality that Dr. Rolf's Versavic serum is failing, and Lexi Carver is going to die all over again, which is going to bring Abe's wrath down on his head. He's getting played by Kat Green, who is secretly an ISA agent working with Rafe, while he thinks he's seducing her with quotes from Wuthering Heights. I mean, the man is spread so thin he is practically transparent. He has absolutely no idea that Sarah, Brady, and Xander have formed a coalition of vengeance right under his nose. Even his own mother, Susan Banks, came back to town to warn him. She had those psychic premonitions that her Elvis's was turning into a monster, that he was becoming the new Stefano. But did EJ listen? Of course not. He justified it. He said the family needed a strong leader, but a strong leader doesn't frame teenage girls and bury arsenic in the woods. A strong leader doesn't alienate everyone around them until a hit squad forms in the shadows. EJ has dug his own grave, and he is practically handing Xander the shovel to bury him in it. I know some people are loving this dark, Stefano-esque version of EJ. I see the comments on the forums, people saying, finally a real DiMera is back in charge. But personally, I am actively cheering for his downfall. EJ has hurt too many innocent people this time. He has crossed lines that you just don't come back from. Framing a grieving teenager, burying toxic waste, playing God with Lexi's life. He deserves everything that is coming to him. And the poetic justice of it being Xander the guy EJ constantly belittles and mocks, landing the fatal blow to EJ's carefully constructed life. I am SO here for it. It is the exact kind of karma that makes daytime television so addictive. Now, do I think this Sarah, Brady, and Xander alliance is going to end well for their personal lives? Absolutely not. You can already see the sparks flying between Sarah and Xander. They are trauma bonding over this intense investigation, and Xander's dangerous protective energy is pulling Sarah right back into his orbit. Brady is completely oblivious right now because he's so focused on playing detective and taking down DiMera, but this love triangle is a massive ticking time bomb. Once EJ is dealt with, Brady and Xander are going to tear each other apart over Sarah. It is going to be incredibly messy, it is going to be heartbreaking, and I am going to devour every single second of it. But for right now, in this exact moment, I am just basking in the glory of EJ DiMera's catastrophic miscalculation. He thought he was playing 4D chess, but he accidentally handed his worst enemies the exact weapons they needed to checkmate him. He created a monster of an alliance because his own monstrous behavior left them with no other choice. So bring on the July sweeps, bring on the corporate espionage, and bring on the absolute reckoning of EJ DiMera. It cannot happen fast enough. Okay, I really need to go breathe and maybe drink some water before my blood pressure spikes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because my brain is still spinning from all of this.